Hello there, Winky. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Linda. I'm going to turn the camera around in a minute. You guys, I'm going to set you up just a little bit here on my table. I'm using Streamlabs for the very first time. So this should be interesting. I'm using the Streamlabs app for the first time. Hi, Winky. I'm just going to invite real quick. Hello, Meg. Good to see you. I'm using Streamlabs OBS. So I don't know how good of the quality of the stream's going to be, but we're going to turn it around and we're going to give it a try. We'll see how it goes. Hold on a second. Let me just invite. Hello, Nabul. Good to see you. Good to see you, Nabul, my good friend. Thank you for joining. Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's 12:27 here in New York City. I am in my kitchen. You guys are going to get a look into my kitchen here, but don't be alarmed when you see my face. When you see the scar on my face here, it is a result of skin cancer. So I'm fighting basal cell melanoma, which is a very easy skin cancer to combat. It's the lowest of the three. I've talked about this many a times, and I just want to share the broadcast real quick out with the followers that I have on Instagram and YouTube. So 9 a.m. in California. Yes, Meg. How are you guys? So thanks for everybody joining. If you guys don't mind, share it yourselves. Let me tweet it. I'm going to send it on Twitter, see how that works out. And then we'll change it. Change the camera around and you guys can see my ugly mug. But I do have Streamlabs running, so please bear with me. I don't know how well. Only had a little trouble yesterday. This is the very first time I'm using Streamlabs. So I just set it up, like literally just now, and I don't know how good or bad it's gonna go. So let me just try to see what other. I'm gonna turn the camera around in a second. Just bear with me, guys. But a couple of cool features. I could see the chat on the screen here. You know, like you could put like donations come up, all the different goals that you set. So there's so many different options. Like my head was literally spinning, guys. My head was spinning with the comments and all the stuff. Like, let me just hold on a second. Let me just 2 seconds, guys. Let me concentrate on something right here. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Stand by. Please grin and bear this. It's gonna be worth it because I'm gonna send a bunch of invites out. People are gonna be pissed because I'm spamming my list. Spamming my list. But this is what we gotta do. Let's see. Two seconds, guys. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I was gonna say it's gonna be worth the wait, but it's really not gonna be worth the wait. When you guys see what my face looks like, you're gonna be like, please turn the camera off. Please turn the camera off. But hope everyone's doing well. It is Thursday over here in the States. I don't know, a lot of people sometimes people check in from other countries and they're a day ahead of us. So Thursday here in New York in the US of A, and we're gonna have a quick chat about skin cancer. I hate to beat a dead horse, but to me this is an important topic. Not just because it's happening to me, I don't want it to happen to any of you guys, you know what I mean? So this is why I want to talk about it, because I don't want to see any of my friends unnecessarily come down with this terrible, evil cancer. So it kind of sucks, but you got to just go with the flow, you know? Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm almost done. Almost done. We're almost there. You're almost there. Promise. I promise I'm almost done. There's an end There's an end coming. Sorry guys, I'm not in the bathroom like Oni was the other night. I was laughing my ass off because Oni disappears and then everybody's speculating that he's doing his business in the bathroom. I was cracking up because the chat was making me laugh my ass off. The Oni chat, everybody was like speculating where he was and what he was doing. And the general consensus is everybody said that he was in the bathroom doing his business. So I gotta tell you, I was laughing my ass off at that. That was pretty funny. Okay. All done. I'm here, guys. I'm here. Sorry, I just spammed. I'm taking a shower. Okay. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, let's flip it around. Hi, guys. How are you? Okay, so this is day 4. I had surgery. Hi, Fred. How are you? Lisa, good to see you. Yeah, Oni does do that, but that's what makes him unique and funny. So, hi, guys. Yeah, so this is where they removed the cancer, basal cell carcinoma. You know, it was a little dot. It was a little dot, guys, so it wasn't even anything that I thought was remotely, you know, troubling, but my wife saw it. And you guys know how it goes with the missus, with the wives, when they see stuff like that. When wives see stuff like that, they're like, yeah, and I got it here too. So this is a smaller version of this on my shoulder. So, but the shoulder feels pretty good. The nose is not so good. How is the stream with using the OBS? I hope it is clear. I'm at my home, so I mean the stream should be clear because I'm on my home Wi-Fi. But so this is basal cell carcinoma, one slice, Meg. This is one slice. My stepbrother had 4. Clear from North Michigan. Thank you for joining. Hi Cheryl. Hi Winky. Linda, thank you for coming in. It is scabbing up. I mean, listen, I was gonna go live and just give you this side of my face, but I said, you know what, I'm not gonna hide it. You know, this is a good reminder for everybody. Listen, as a police officer, I stood out at parades and demonstrations and details. I stood out in the cold. I've stood out in the blazing heat. I've stood out in every different kind of weather over a 20+ year period. Hello, Andrew. Welcome in from Arkansas. Does it show up or did it just show up? It just showed up. Hi, Trevor. You're going to start using sunscreen. Good. Those of you who are fair skin are more susceptible to this. Dark skin, like African American, Spanish, like my wife passes as a Spanish woman. She's Italian. But when you see my wife, people always speak Spanish to her. She's got that darker skin. You would think the darker skin folks might get this more, but unfortunately, it doesn't always, that would be common sense. It doesn't go that way. So lighter skin, more susceptible. Hi, Jim. Thank you for checking in from Copenhagen. Good to see you. No, it's fine. This is scabbed up because this happened. I did this separately on Friday last week, so it's a little bit less than this. It's not rubbing up. This is dry fit, so it's really, this is really like a really soft dry fit. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for the prayers. So again, years and years of out in the sun with working with the police department, standing out for say 10 or 12 hours in the sun, not having sunscreen sometimes, just having a police hat. It was a very teeny little spot. I took a really close-up picture of it and it was nothing. The spot on my shoulder was like, it was like scabby. It was like around like size of a dime. Yeah, so this is, the shoulder was more of a concern because it was kind of like scabbing up. You see I have spots here on my head. I don't know how clear this is on the OBS, but it looks like a pretty clear picture. So You know, I have these spots that the dermatologist looked at on my head. They're not cancer. He said they're not cancer. He could tell just by looking at them. But he wants me to do some kind of skin peel. It's like a dermabrasion skin thing. So he's gonna look over my, after I do the skin peel. Like this one is kind of like scabby a little bit. Hi Meg, how are you? So Winky and the whole crew, Nabul. Hi Abby, thank you for coming in. Anybody that I missed, I apologize. Hi Ab, how are you? Good to see you. So the stream is real clear, so you guys can see how all the spots that I have. I'm 54. I'll be going on 55 in April. So I'm gonna turn 55 in April, and I never once had to go to a dermatologist. So my wife saw these spots and said, you gotta go. I don't even know what OBS stands for, but it is like Open Broadcasting Software, I think. Open. Jim Lind would probably know. It's not itchy, surprising. Don't jinx me, Jim. Don't jinx me on the itching. My shoulder was itchy a little bit. Hey, Cup of Joe, how are you, Joe? Yeah, because I'm using OBS. I'm using an Open Broadcasting Software. I believe that's what OBS stands for. Open Broadcasting Software. I could be wrong. Jim, is that the correct OBS definition? I'm not sure. So let me tell you, when I went to the skin doctor, he looked at all my tattoos. He looked like through all the, he says that the tattoos really hide a lot of, you know, like when you have coloring, there could be like a piece of skin cancer growing that you can't see. So he really looked me over. If it ain't, then that means it's, yeah, when it's scabbing up. This is, I don't like to touch it. My hands are very clean. I just wash my hands. But when you touch it, it is scabbed up. So there's no kind of like discharge from it. It's dry, it's clean. Hi, Christy, how are you? So I didn't see if Jim answered the question about OBS, but I can, wow, that's a clear picture, guys. That's a nice clear picture. I love it. So I use this stuff on my hands. I don't use this on my face, but I use this on my hand. Open Broadcasting System. Thank you, Linda, thank you. So I'm gonna use the Streamlabs. That's what I'm using right here, Streamlabs. I'm gonna use Streamlabs. This is the first time I ever used it, so I'm gonna play around with that. This way you guys can see everything crystal clear. As we know, YouTube is always really a clear broadcast. But when I'm using it out in the field, I'm gonna try to use Streamlabs with Periscope too on my mobile device. I wasn't able to figure it out. I'm like challenged. I'm like technologically challenged, but I'm gonna do the best I can. That's my settings are for 1080p. So I'm broadcasting in 1080p right now. So you guys can see the Open Broadcasting Software. Someone else answered. Thank you, Jim. I didn't see it, but I look to you for things like this. So I have a problem with getting this to operate with Periscope. So I got to go to my desktop and figure it out. But listen, all I have to say is, yeah, Allison, one of my friends on Periscope sent me this. She sent me this as a gift to my house, which was really nice of her. So this stuff really works good on the hands. Like my hands were really dry in the wintertime. So can you try 4K if you have it? I can't do it now, but I can up the stream to 4K. So you know, this is my first run. This is my first try at it. So I'm gonna ease myself into it, Trev. So your boyfriend works as a telecommunication engineer. That could be helpful. All the stuff that I learned here, I have to do it on the fly, and I'll just you know, Google it, or I'll just read about it and I'll figure it out on my own. So listen, Nabul and Kim and who else is in here? Linda from Periscope. All my Periscope friends, there's a lot of people that are new in this stream from Oni's broadcast, from the True Crime and Gossip and Oni. So everybody follow each other, everybody say hello, and everybody that's in here. Hey, Marty, good to see you. Marty, good to see you. Maybe it's easier tracking down a scale. It could be. But so each and every one of you that are in here from my Periscope or Twitter, share. Make sure you follow each other. And if the person does broadcast, go support your broadcasters and like and share out the channel. And if you like what you see here, if you like some of the content, I'm going to start putting out some good stuff. I'm going to try to start to put out a couple of different topics, a couple of different investigative things that I've worked on that I'll talk about here on YouTube. And we'll do some Q&As to make stuff interesting on YouTube. So I'm going to segue some of my Periscope followers and subscribers over here to YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Marty, thank you for taking out the time to coming in here. Guys, if you guys don't know who Marty Tanklift is, right there in the comments, I suggest that you go and follow his Twitter account. He's a gentleman who was wrongly accused of killing both of his parents. He did a long time in jail, 20 plus years, and he was wrongfully accused and exonerated. And he was set free from prison. And the story that he has is unbelievable. So I consider him a friend. One of my fellow retired NYPD detectives who was a PI working on his case was instrumental in setting him free. I encourage you to go get his book, read his story, go on to his Twitter account. It's attached, I believe, to his, you could go, I'm going to show his Twitter account right here because I'm not 100% sure. He spells it kind of funny. It's exonerated, but he uses like, he doesn't spell it out correctly. He did it on purpose, I think, or maybe he just couldn't get the screen name. But let me go to his Twitter account so I could show it on here so you guys can go and follow him. So give me a second. Let me get my phone to cooperate. So here we go with Twitter. Hold on, guys. All right, here it is. So it's here's his Twitter account. You guys go and follow him right there. I hope you don't mind, Marty, for me showing this. I think I asked you once before and you didn't mind. So go and follow him there, everybody, on that account. And he will, his story will blow your mind. His story will blow your mind. So he's a great guy. I hope to meet with him one day soon and just have a conversation with him, shake his hand. And I'm happy that one of my fellow retired NYPD detectives was instrumental in setting him free. So this is, you know, for me, this is, I've looked into this and it's just mind-blowing. The story, the conversation that you know, when I meet him, that I will have with him will be mind-blowing for me. And I'm sure that, you know, anybody that he speaks to from the law enforcement community just shakes their head. Suffolk County Police dropped the ball so bad on his case in so many different ways. I mean, there's just not enough time to talk about it here. And that's not even the topic of my stream. But one day after I speak to him, I hope to do an in-depth broadcast about that and, you know, about the flaws in the system. You know, nothing is perfect. And he really got screwed over big time. So I'm glad that you're doing better, Ron. I prayed things here without issues. We'll talk to everybody later. Good to see you, Kim KO. Thank you so much for coming in. Hello, Alfro. Thank you for checking in from Saudi Arabia. I appreciate that. You know what I don't like about this OBS? I can't see I was supposed to be able to see the actual number of views, but I can't see that. Thank God for DNA evidence. That is correct, Cheryl. That is correct. If you look, if you go and subscribe to his channel, to his YouTube, he's got a bunch of links on there, and he has a lot of links that you can go on to and check out some of his stuff. Okay, great. I implore each and every one of you to go and check him out, and hopefully I can get together with him soon. I know he's from the local area, and I'd love to go and have something, coffee or something to eat with him, and just sit down and talk to him and hear his story. Let me just see something. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. So this is skin cancer, just in case anybody is just joining that doesn't know why I have this big, gross, round, it almost looks like someone branded me or took a hole punch to my nose. So that's a result of basal cell carcinoma. So that's what we're looking at. Hold on a second. Marty, I just sent you a, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that. Marty, if you're still watching, I don't know if you're still here. That's the shitty part about YouTube, is you can't see who's still here. But if you're still watching, I just sent you a DM on Twitter. I sent my cell phone, and hopefully we can get together sometime soon. Once I start becoming looking like a human being again. So, excellent. Okay, he just answered me. Excellent. Thanks. That's it. I was just messaging back and forth with Marty on YouTube. Okay, so he's busy right now. He's passing through in and out of meetings. I just told him to subscribe to my YouTube. Hopefully he can. He's a busy guy. He's doing a lot of meetings. He's doing a lot of good stuff. Everybody that's in here that follows Marty on Twitter, you won't be disappointed, because if you're interested in true crime stories like the people who are here from Oni's channel, and forgetting about true crime stories, this is a sad situation, because what happened to your video that you did yesterday? What video, Katrina? I'm not sure what you're referring to. What happened to your video you did yesterday? The one I uploaded yesterday, you're talking about the upload, not the live video, the one where I was sitting in the car talking about the, it was during the summer, and I uploaded it off of Periscope. I had music in there. And I had to edit it, and I had to delete out the music. So there's a portion in my broadcast where I had to take out the music. There was some Don Henley playing, and the copyrighted music is a no-no on YouTube. I didn't realize it when I put it up. So I just edited it maybe, I don't know, 2 hours ago, and now I think it should be back up in my playlist, because It wasn't a strike against me or anything like that. They just asked me to edit it. So YouTube was really nice about it with me. But I did it in the middle of the night last night. I just uploaded it fast, and I didn't realize that there was music on it. So that was my fault, and I apologize to them for it. But they were, like I said, they were very nice. All they told me to do is go in and edit it. And so there's a section of that video that has no audio, but I engaged the closed captions. So there's titles in there. So, you know, it's like for the hearing impaired, it'll just send out the closed caption, and you'll still see what I'm talking about. You just won't hear it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, YouTube, you can't mess around with music. Like if this was a Periscope broadcast, I'd have my Alexa running in the background. So I have the Alexa show back there. So Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 31 degrees.
Whoa!
Tonight, expect a low of
31 degrees, guys. Woohoo!
Good afternoon.
Oh, you too. Have a good afternoon. Thank you, Alexa. So, anyways, Marty Tanklift is a guy that everybody should subscribe to. I am going to try to get together with him in February. He just confirmed with me that we'll try to get together in February. But we did this once before. We communicated earlier in 2018, and we couldn't make it happen because he's a busy guy. I'm retired, so I have time to do stuff. It's 25 degrees. Where are you in Ohio, Lisa? Somewhere across the northern middle part of the United States is getting hammered with snow, like all across like St. Louis and Ohio. It's supposed to come up here and then go up north. I have the Google Home. My son has that in his apartment. So he has the Google Home. We have, this is the show. So you could see, you know, you could see pictures on there. You see him flashing around. It's a picture of me and my wife on there. So a pretty cool device. So, oh cool, Marty just texted me with his cell. Excellent. Hold on a second. Excellent. I will save it. All right, let me save this number before I forget. Let me save. You're in Michigan, so you're going to get hammered. You're in Indiana, and it's raining. So it's supposed to get really cold overnight. For us, over here, we're supposed to get a deep freeze, and it's supposed to get real cold. Abby, thank you so much for coming in, 219. Good to see you. And it's raining, says Lee A. 54 and raining. I'd take 54 any day of the week. Honestly, guys, I'd take 54 any day of the week. Let me save Marty's phone number before I forget. Let me save it. Stand by. Create contact. You guys hear the dog drinking? You hear my dog? Jeez, Oscar. Wow, you must have been thirsty, little guy. Huh? You thirsty? Come here, let me fix your ear. Silly boy. Wow, he was thirsty. Trevor, if I did that, I would scare everybody away. If I used the music that I use, I would scare everybody away. So anyways, this is again skin cancer. It looks like I'm broadcasting at 1080p. It says it right there, 1080p. So I don't know if that's really what I'm broadcasting in, but it says it's 1080p. 20 degrees in Michigan. Once you start getting precipitation, as you know, you're gonna be getting hit with snow, so it's gonna suck. Yeah, little Oscar Winky. Joe, 42 last night. Now it's 66. I would take 66 any day of the week. Christy Lee says it's super clear. Let me text Joey and get him out of bed. You going out anytime soon? My son says, no, I'm not. Let me text Joey. Let's get Joey on the horn. I'm gonna have to wake him up. This is kind of early for him because he's an insomniac. So let's get Joey on the phone. Let's get Joey on. Let's call Joey. Let's see if he answers. We're calling Joey. He's sleeping.
You have reached the voicemail box of 3.
No good. De-size your voice. Yes, he is my police chief. Now, deputy chief is going to be you right now, Trevor, and Joe. But you know what? I can't see who's got the. This is what I don't like about this. I can't see who's got the. I can't see who's got the wrench. So when I go live onto my stream, I got to go on a secondary device to see who's got what. So it's a little difficult for me to see some of the stuff. Hi, Julie. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks. You're not on. It's hard for me to see what's going on the stream with the Streamlabs OBS. It does give me a lot of info, and it gives me all the comments on the screen. I got my comments to the left of the screen, but I'm used to seeing this. You know, if I can't see who's got the wrench, I don't like it. I don't like not being able to see who's got the wrench. So, but that's the story. 18 people in. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. I think we're about 700. Can anybody check for me to see how many subscribers I have? I think we're up to around 700. I probably would be able to do that from here. Hold on a second. Let me try this. 695. So we're so close to 700. We're so close to 700, and then 300 away from the 1,000. You guys show 695. I show 695. Someone just said 694. I have a rope and I'm in the observatory. I have the rope and I'm in the observatory. 695. Yes, that's what I show. So I'm hoping that with some, you know, a couple of more broadcasts and a couple of more lives, picking up some extra subscribers. I'm going to go on to Periscope as I usually do and ask everybody on Periscope to subscribe. But the problem is that everybody likes Periscope so much that they're it's like pulling teeth to get somebody to subscribe. So it is, so for me, I'm having a difficult time. Lee, I didn't get the reference because I don't know about that game. I don't know about rope and you're in the observatory. So I didn't catch on to that. I apologize if I should have caught on to it. I didn't, but maybe some other people did. We're at 694 according to Lisa. On mine, it shows 695. So mine shows 695. Maybe a collab with some fellow law enforcement YouTubers. I'm looking into that. I'm looking into doing a couple of things, and I'm hoping I can get a broadcast going in the future, somewhere down the road, after I meet up with Marty and talk to him and get him to zoom in, remotely. Get him to remote zoom in and do like a split screen with him, and I could let him talk about what happened to him and get his story out. Once I want to build up my channel first before I do something like that. So I'm not going to do it with a couple of hundred subscribers. I'm going to do it when I get up a little bit higher. So I'm going to try to collab with Oni on a couple of things, make a couple of more guest appearances, come in on his show, I share it to my Facebook. Hopefully I'll get more subscribers. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you to anybody who has helped. You guys that have come in from Oni's stuff, from the True Crime Gossip, from Oni's channel. I know the kind of people he attracts. Everybody's really nice. Everybody's kind. You know, you got a couple of people who might be a little, you know, undesirable that might come around, but that's the law of averages, you know. But the overwhelming majority of all of you guys are good people that I could see coming in from Oni's. I appreciate you guys subscribing. I do have some things to offer if you're into law enforcement, detective stuff. I worked for the largest police department in the world. The NYPD is the very prestigious law enforcement, premier law enforcement department in the world. Thank you, Black Rose, for coming in. I'm glad Oni sent you. Any friend of Oni is a friend of mine. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Trolls are part of the laws of averages. You know, we don't live in a perfect world, and anybody that thinks that we live in a perfect world is is delusional. So me of all people, I understand that, you know, the law of averages come into play, but the overwhelming majority of the people, the good outweighs the bad. So that's the best way I could put it to you guys. So I feel strongly about the people that Oni have brought in here have all been very nice, very friendly. You know, so yeah, I mean, I could do that, Crystal, any day of the week. I've worked on homicide cases. I've put handcuffs on people who have taken other people's lives. I can talk about, you know, the John Benet Ramsey case in Colorado and how the police department there screwed it up. I could talk about the Parkland school shooting and how those police officers there really dropped the ball across the board. Like everybody that was involved in that, how they dropped the ball over there. But I can also talk about some of the great police work that goes on. Hey, John, how are you? Yeah, I'm healing up. So I could talk about some of the great police work that I've been involved in, some of the people who have been running from justice. One case in particular, I arrested somebody who faked his own death. A gentleman faked his own death, collected on his insurance policy, and moved outside the country. And I was working on that case, and we got him to come back. We got him to come back, and we placed him under arrest in JFK, John F. Kennedy International Airport. And the news was all over it. I was all over the news on that case. We worked closely with the U.S. Customs and the FBI. And the guy faked his own death, collected his life insurance, and then 20 or 18 years later, he came back to the United States figuring that it was all good. And the long arm of the law came and got him. Hi, Vicky. Thank you for coming in. So anybody that's new coming in, please subscribe to my channel. I am Ron, Duty Ron, retired New York City police detective. I did 20 plus years in the NYPD. I worked on patrol for a decade and a little bit over a decade in the Detective Bureau, working in the warrant squad. So I used to go after some of the worst people. I was in the WOW unit, worst of the worst. I did misdemeanors, I did felonies, and I did high profile cases. But I also worked in the executive protection detail, the dignitary protection detail. So I worked with Mayor Giuliani, Mayor Bloomberg. Never did anything with the current mayor, thank God. But I protected many foreign dignitaries from outside of the country, and also a lot from within the country. President Clinton, President Obama, Bush. Unfortunately, you know, I was around for a lot of things. September 11th, I was to both World Trade Center attacks. The very first one in February of '93, and then also, obviously, the 2001. So my ex was a deputy sheriff in Orange County here in California. They're family. Great to see what you're doing. Thank you so much, Black Rose. I appreciate that. So guys, spread the word. I'm just starting out maybe 2 months with my YouTube channel. I've been doing this about 2 months. I started around November, maybe early December with my YouTube channel. So I'm just starting out with it. I have over 10,000 subscribers on my Periscope account. I've been doing that for a little bit over a year. So I have 10,000 friends following me on Periscope. I hope to take slowly, little by little, each and every one of them, not take them from Periscope, but kind of segue them over for an alternate choice of broadcasting. And for me, I feel that this is a really safe place for a lot of people to come and, you know, to send your messages without being attacked. Not a lot of bad guys or gals want to come around and hang around with me because I have a ton of resources available to me to deal with them accordingly. I spoke on my live broadcast the other day. I had some imposter coming on purporting, he was purporting to be a Kansas Highway Trooper volunteer. Kansas Highway Trooper volunteer. Thank you, Winky, for that. So I called him out on his bullshit. I called the Kansas Highway Patrol main office. I was in contact with my professional constituents, my fellow brothers in blue. I, of course, had to email my ID back and forth to them. I sent my ID to them, and it turns out this guy had an open case on this particular person because he was going around on Twitter and Instagram faking that he was a police officer. There's no volunteers in state police. No state police has any volunteers in any state. I know that for a fact. So when he said that, I knew he was full of shit. So, but I didn't lead him on to believe that I knew he was full of shit. I kind of baited him in. I drew him in, and I made him become friends with me. And I got more. I got him to tell me more, and I screen grabbed all of the stuff he was telling me. I sent it to the Kansas Highway Patrol, and they already had a case on him. They already had an open investigation on him, and I helped them to close it. I had his cell phone number. I had his address. He gave me everything because I friended him. I know how to work cases. I know how to work. That's the great stuff that somebody like myself, the knowledge that I have had over the past 25, 27 years, I know interview and interrogation tactics and stuff like that. I'm friends with Trooper Ben. I have a bunch of their phone numbers now. Actually, I have Ben's phone number, cell phone, direct line to him. So he follows me on Periscope and Twitter. And then there's a couple of Kansas Highway Patrol guys that are following me now on my Twitter account, as well. So we wound up getting this jagaloon, this clown, this stolen valor. He happened to be a young guy. He was like, I think 17 or 18 years old. We got all of his social media shut down. That day, we used the law enforcement link, which Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms, YouTube, they all have a police email that only law enforcement can use to communicate with them. So we communicated with the law enforcement only link. Now, just as a tidbit here for anybody that's listening on the replay or anybody that's listening live, don't come to me and say, hey, I have this problem. Can you use your law enforcement link for my personal problem? These law enforcement links are only for law enforcement people and anybody that has an open investigation. In other words, if your case is not open and actively being investigated, I can't use the law enforcement link. I was able to use that law enforcement link because it was something that was affecting me. As a former detective, I have the opportunity to use that link. If that wasn't my past career, I could never do that. I knew about this because I worked in computer crimes for 6 months. So the New York City Police Department has a computer crime squad, and I worked in that squad for 6 months. So I learned, believe it or not, in that short period of time, I learned a great deal about computer forensics. So I know a lot, and there's a lot that I won't speak about here, but I know a lot of good stuff. So yeah, so I have a lot of information. I have a lot of information that I can't put out, but I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of good stuff to speak about, and I think we can. Have a good, effective channel. I'm thinking of down the road renaming or starting a second channel, like how Oni has that true crime thing. I think that's a good idea. But I'm gonna leave this Duty Ron channel up because this is my personal stuff, and I like to go out to lakes and streams and do some. I do some nature broadcasts as well. What's up, Sully? How are you, Matt? Good to see you, man. So pass the word along when you're in other people's streams, and I see you in there. I appreciate. Last night I was on the True Crime Oni's Q&A, and you guys, I mean Winky and Lexi, you guys were, and Oni was doing it. You guys were promoting me, and I greatly, greatly appreciate that. That was really awesome. But I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. You know, if people see that a lot, there could be a turnoff. So I don't want that to always happen. I'd like to just be able to come in there and just hang out. But I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. And, you know, that's why I appreciate you guys trying to help me out. I've never been to Sedona. Winky, that's one place that I do want to get to. I want to go to Arizona. I've been to Las Vegas. I've been into Southern California in Orange County. I've been to Orange County numerous times. I've been to San Diego. I saw the Gas Lamp District in San Diego is beautiful. I've been to a lot of places. How you doing, Matt? What's going on, my brother from another mother? I'm close in subscriptions. I think I got about close to 700, right? I know some other stuff about computer, mainly how to save the... There you go. Excellent, Trevor. Thank you for those hearts, Christy Lee. Thank you so much for that. It's raining nonstop in California. That's what I talked to my brother-in-law lives down in Mission Viejo. And he told me in Mission Viejo that it was just raining for days. And the problem over there is everything's so dry that when it rains like that, you have the mudslides. So it's dangerous. It's dangerous. You're waiting on the boss. Oh, you're waiting on your boss outside. That's good. What do you guys think? All my Periscope people, what do you think of the quality of the stream? I'm utilizing Streamlabs, which is an OBS, open broadcasting software. So this should be one of the higher quality 1080p streams that I've ever done. Mudslides are happening in Malibu, Michelle. Well, I send my thoughts and prayers to the affected people in those areas, and I'm hoping that no loss of life and that everybody is, yeah, there must be a way to do it. Otherwise, how would you do pictures actually evidence? So is your handle on here the same as on Periscope? My handle is Duty Ron, straight out Duty Ron on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, and Facebook. But Duty Ron 52, I couldn't get straight Duty Ron here on YouTube. But if you search Duty Ron on YouTube, my account comes up because nobody else has that. So if you just straight out search Duty Ron, my channel comes up. You don't have to even put in the 52. All this camera talk and stream quality, I'm sitting here like, what? Yeah, well, listen, I want to get the best quality stream for you guys, even though I'm a pretty bad site to look at. But I know that quality streams, especially when people stream them onto their TV, it's gorgeous. Let us know when you and your wife are welcome here. Thank you, Winky. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's Duty Ron on Periscope. I'm using OBS. Streamlabs I'm using, John. I'm using the Streamlabs OBS. And I have it set to 40,000 frames per second max, 1080p, and something else. I don't know. So yes, Lisa, it's Dutyron on, I think I explained it. I know the chat is delayed, but Dutyron on Periscope, Dutyron YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and then Dutyron52 here on YouTube and on Snapchat. I have Snapchat too. So Vicky says, I think it's a Periscope thing. I don't know what, asking about how the stream is. Yes, because you see, I did. It was terrible. I'm going to talk about that tonight. Periscope, if you're not using Producer, Vicky, if you're not using Producer on Periscope, sometimes the stream is pixelated. So I've seen some of my streams on YouTube. If I don't have a good signal when I'm using, let's say, cell data, I'm in my house. So when I'm in my home, there's not really a worry about it. But we talk about the stream quality because I'm so used to people telling me on Periscope, oh, you were good at one point and then now you're bad. So it kind of sucks. But if I use this OBS on Periscope, then there'll be no issues with quality. So I didn't mean to ruffle your feathers talking about the quality, but it's just like it's like habit. I'll have to try to break that habit. That went back on duty after he lost his leg. I did see that. I did. He got a prosthetic, right? He got a prosthetic. Yeah, and that's the primary. It's the primary reason why I kept asking. But so I'm gonna do some self-monitoring, and obviously here I can see it's in 1080p, so the picture is crisp and clear. I just yeah, it's no problem, Vicky. Curiosity always gets the cat, and you know, people are always interested in why people are doing what they're doing. So that's the only reason. So now we will stop to talk about stream quality, because this is the very first time I've used OBS. I've never used OBS. If your picture's any clearer, it would be transparent. Thank you. Lisa, you gotta go. Thanks for streaming. Lisa, thanks for subscribing, and thank you most importantly for being a friend on here. I appreciate that. So hope to see you again soon. You too, have a great day. What kind of nature videos? I go out to parks and streams and lakes, Rose, Black Rose, and Wink, my sister-in-law, is here. Hi, sister-in-law. Make sure the information pulls you over. A lady near my town back in Iowa was killed by a pretend cop. Cindy, very good question. I'll address that question because that is an awesome question. If you're being pulled over by an unmarked police car, let's just say it has no markings on it, you're well within your right to put your flashers on and drive slowly. Don't drive fast, but don't drive 2 miles an hour. But you're well within your right to put your flashers on, call 911, and say you have a police car, someone who's purporting to be police following you. You're scared, and then what you do is find the nearest station, gas station or open parking lot where there's people around, or pull into Google or put in your GPS the nearest police station and go straight to that police station. But don't drive fast. Don't drive slow, but drive medium speed with your flashers on. And, you know, police will understand. And as soon as the guy comes out or gal comes out, just say you were scared. But call 911 or 611 or whatever it is. That you will not be found at fault for calling 911, because if you're in fear that it's not really a police officer, they will tell you whether it is. So get on the phone with 911. That'll also notify the cop behind you that you are on the phone and that you're scared, and then that'll ensure your safety. But what I would say is don't do that all the time. Only do it if you don't feel that it's a real cop. If it's a police officer in a marked car with lights on the top, then there's a 99.9999999% chance that that's a cop, unless someone stole a police car. So that's what I would always recommend you guys do, and that's the safest thing to do. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Meg. It is, I'll give it to you right now. Hold on, Meg. 2 seconds. I was told to pull into a fire station or a police station. That's what I said. I said to find the nearest fire or police station. So so here it is, Meg. If you want to take a screen grab of that. But I'm going to ask you guys to please don't flood him with a bunch of DMs. If you want to follow him, but don't overwhelm this guy with a bunch of DMs, because I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable within our community here. So if you're going to subscribe to Martin Tankliff, to Xoner, Xoner 8, number 8 ED, don't bombard him with a bunch of DMs, because he is a very busy guy. He's, you know, doing a lot of work. He's a public speaker, and he's working at an attorney's office or whatever. So well-lit area. Get on the phone first and foremost with 911, guys. Get on the phone with 911 first and foremost, and notify your 911 dispatch what you're feeling. That, you know, you feel uncomfortable, you're a woman, you're a guy, you're in the middle of nowhere, you don't feel that this is a real police officer. Can you please let me know if this is a police officer that is on? They'll be able to communicate, and now the officer behind you will know that you're on the phone with 911, and then 911 dispatch can tell you, yes, that's a Mezzaluna County Sheriff, yes, that's a real police officer, and that's the best way to do it. I tell my wife the same thing. My wife gets the same information that I'm giving you guys. I've told her that if you're ever being pulled over in the middle of the night and it's not a marked vehicle, and even if it has flashers in the front and it's not a marked vehicle, put your flashers on. Don't make like you're evading the police. Call 911 and verify whether that's a police officer. They'll never find fault in you for doing that. You know, the guy might be pissed that you didn't stop right away, but once you calmly explain to them that you were worried and that you didn't know if it was real or not, then they're not going to find fault in that. They're not going to find fault in it. So, yes, but if that's commonly done in your neighborhoods and in your area, then these dispatchers and police are going to be used to this type of situation. You got to be an informed consumer and an informed citizen. So this is well within your right to do that. If you don't feel safe, don't speed away and try to get away from the person. Just drive normal, put your flashers on, stay in the right lane, and do what I described, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So anyways, 39, let's see how many minutes I am broadcasting here. What do we got? All right, this guy had a light. It looked like an unmarked car, and he would pull women over at night. So Cheryl, if the women that he pulled over went that route and made the phone calls and stuff, he would probably be under arrest already. He'd probably be placed under arrest, because here's another good thing to making that 911 call. If in the fact that that person is not the real deal, if in the fact that that person is not a real police officer and is an imposter, now you've alerted the real cops that you're being pulled over by this car, and now the real police might come in and get this guy and lock him up and prevent him from committing any kind of crimes against innocent civilians in the future. So not only do you protect yourself that way, but you may also actually help the police apprehend these pieces of shit that go out there and purport to be, you know, fake cops to try to rape women or try to rob people. Michelle, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you coming in. Let me scroll back and see some of the comments that I missed. Hold on a second, guys. Give me a second. Looks to be Always lock your doors. Yeah, that's common sense stuff. That's good stuff. One of our former employees, okay, they did, and he was arrested. Excellent, Cheryl. So the calling of 911 is going to protect yourself, but it's also going to help police to apprehend these jagaloons that are going around impersonating cops. You're going to the doctor today, early workout. Gotcha. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being in here, Meg. It's always a pleasure to see you. As you know, much love and respect to you if you're leaving. So that's the story. That's the story, and I'm going to stick to it. Let me just turn this around for 2 seconds. Hold on a minute. Hold on, guys. What was that about Oscar? You're in San Diego, rainy and 54. Yuck. Yucky, yucky, yucky. It truly is. Affordable living in here in, unlike New York, get a much house. Yeah. Listen, I've been in this home 23, 24 years. We moved here in 1995, so I've been here since 95. But this house I bought, the house prices were so low in 1995, and now they've shot up. So, I mean, I could get well over $500,000 for this home, and I paid less than $150 for it. So, it was a pretty good investment, I'll have to say. At the time in 95, I had really no money. I had to borrow money to come up with a down payment for this house. So in 95, I had to borrow money just to get the mortgage on this house. Now I have no mortgage left on it, and I could, I have a $500,000 asset that I could sell and relocate at any time. I'm looking to go down to Florida, but my wife doesn't want to go down there. She's afraid of the alligators and crocodiles, and she says, like, let's move to Tennessee. And I'm like, Tennessee? What the fuck am I going to do in Tennessee? What state are you in again? Oh, Arizona. Too hot, too dry. I need to have a front lawn. You can't even have grass in Arizona. So, very nice, Matt. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. It's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling to have your house free and clear. It's a really good feeling, I got to tell you. So, I'm trying to get that white. I'm getting like a whitewash here. I don't know what the hell that's from. Weird. Joe is PC. I don't know what that is. Cheryl Phillips is laughing. Move to Minnesota. No, thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't want to be anywhere where it snows. I don't want to be anywhere where it's cold. I lived my whole life up here in the Northeast. And for me, I want to be somewhere where it may get a little cool, like in the 40s or 50s. I like the season changes because I'm so used to it, but I want nothing to do with the cold weather anymore. Tennessee is having terrible weather the last few years, but their terrible weather is never going to be anything close to me. It's nothing close to what I deal with here in New York. So, I hear you, Black Rose. I hear you. Tennessee's having terrible weather. Yep, I've heard about it, but even their worst weather is nothing close to me. South Carolina, Hilton Head, there you go, Linda. Now you're talking. That's beautiful over there. And I haven't been to Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head or anything like that, but I want to get down there because if you go a little bit inland, like right now, it's a 20-minute drive to the beach from my home. So we're 20 minutes in the car and we could be out at the beach. Fast, easy. So if I'm 20, 30 minutes inland, I'm not as susceptible to the hurricanes and the bad weather during hurricane season. I mean, you still can get them, but you're not going to be flooded. You're not going to be in a flood zone. Like I would purchase my home in a I'm not in a flood area here, but there's plenty of places 20 minutes away that are underwater when Hurricane Sandy hit here. So my house had no damage at all. You know, maybe my part of my fence was blown down or whatever. But we get snow in Flagstaff, up in the mountains probably, right? You can come visit me anytime in Hilton Head. I have a guest room. Awesome. I may take you up on that. If that's not an empty gesture, I may take you up on that. So, at Ron, I hear you. There you go. I need to get away from this fucking snow and the cold weather. It's in the 20s here for the last 5 days. In the 20s. Like I go out at night to bring my garbage to the curb, and I gotta put a North Face. I gotta throw on my North Face. I gotta put a North Face on. It's exhausting, guys. It's exhausting. Can't take it anymore. I can show you around. My boyfriend cooks. He cooks good. Ooh, I like that. Anyways, thank you, Winky, for the invite to Flagstaff, Arizona. I appreciate that. Another place my wife was looking at is California, but I can't mess with California. We're gonna get snow. I'm originally from Florida. Yikes, Vicky, yikes. That's terrible. We had a cold front come through last night, 75. Ed, thank you for effectively messing my head up, Ed. That was really nice of you. Guess what? I'll see you next month. I'll be down there, and I'm going to have to be covered up, but I'm coming down in February, so 75 degrees. We had a cold front come through. You listen to that bullshit. Shitty Iowa weather, but you got some good potatoes over there. You sure got some good potatoes over there. You know, leave it up to Ed Fratz to come in here and shake up the tree. Eddie's always coming in and shaking up the tree with his warm Florida weather. So I am looking at, I know, me neither, Julie. I'm looking at the West Coast, the Gulf side of Florida, somewhere around Venice Beach. Because I've been there many a time, Black Rose, and I don't like it. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's so expensive, like here in New York. I'm trying to go somewhere where the cost of living is just a little bit less, and everything in California is just as expensive in New York, if not more. So it's, you know, in retirement, I want to be able to spend less on housing and, you know, on things. California, the gas prices are always high. Everything's high over there. So I'm looking to, you know, down south, you can get more bang for your buck. If I move to Texas, the southern part of Texas, you know, 30 minutes away from the Gulf, I can get for $300,000, I can get a mansion. I could live in a mansion, which I don't need. I wouldn't get it. But I could say I could get a brand new 3-bedroom, say 3-bath home, or 3 bedrooms, 2 baths home, all 1 floor in Texas for like 200 grand, you know? Whereas I go to California, that same home, I'm gonna have to be getting another mortgage for it, you know? So there's the options down south and in the Midwest, down south are just phenomenal. One of my best friends who lived here in New York was a detective with me, had a custom built home in Thompson Station, Tennessee. Thompson Station? Thompsonville? Thompson State? Whatever. He had, and he documented it on Facebook, Thompson something in Tennessee. It was like just a little bit south of Nashville. He's got a beautiful home on a cul-de-sac, like 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. I think he paid, I want to say under 300. It's like $299 or 300. Just call it $300,000. Someone in prison confessed to killing John Bonet a few weeks ago. There's been a lot of people who have confessed to that, but getting evidence, coming up with evidence to prove, you know, someone could say anything, but you have to come up with some type of evidence to convict or to charge somebody. It's not as easy as what you think, you know. Confession has to come along also with some evidence that links the person to the crime. So anyways, how did we go to John Bonet Ramsey from talking about relocating to homes? I don't understand it. Leave it up to Megan. Leave it up to Meg to throw everything off. That's why I love her, because she just comes in and shakes the tree up with her sass. With all her sass, she shakes the tree up. So how's everybody adjusting to this ungodly look on my face? I'm surprised that there's even people in here watching me. I'm shocked that there's even 17 people watching me with this disfigurement on my nose. This is a lot to take in, people. This is a lot to take in. Thought you meant Canada. How do you like it in Oregon? There's more disfigurement. Kathy says, you are handsome. Kathy, did I offer to pay you $20 for that? I guess I owe you some super chat money. I guess I owe you next time you go live some super chat, whether you broadcast or not. At least it was taken care of. Correct, Winky. Correct. I'm feeling okay, Kathy. I'm feeling all right. I got to get my day going. At 2 o'clock, I'm going to end the stream, and I got to do something productive. Maybe I'll go get my car washed. I don't know. I'm going to do something. I got to get my ass out of the house. So I'm going to get up and go. Oregon's beautiful, but too much gloomy weather in Oregon. There's many very depressed people in Oregon and Seattle and all of those northwestern states. They always see crappy weather, man. Sunshine is limited in Seattle, and Portland, Oregon is also, I don't know. I've had a ton of awful biopsies. You will look better very soon. I hope so, Kathy. I hope so. Thanks, Sully. Appreciate that, Matt. It'll be going before you know it. Wash my car, it's white. Julie doesn't like Cali. Never been to New York. Am I going to do a car wash Periscope? Yeah, why not? Why not? Send me a picture. You know, Kathy, it's funny that you say you're going to send me a picture. I had 2 women on Instagram send me DMs of one of them, her nose was chopped off from basal cell carcinoma, same thing that I had. They must have took 4 slices out of her nose. 4 slices out of her nose, and she had to have plastic surgery. But mine is just 1 slice, so I'm good. You want to go visit New York. If anybody comes to New York, give me a heads up, and I will show you around down in Lower Manhattan. I'll bring you to the World Trade Center site. I could show you guys around. So if any of you guys come to New York, give me a heads up, like a month or 2 in advance, and I can either provide you with good details, or I can come and maybe walk you around and show you some of the good sites. And you'll have an legally armed escort. You'll have an armed escort. So that'll be some of the good stuff right there. We live in the best country. They just want us to have our God-given rights. Yes, I agree, John, I agree. Excellent, Julie. So guys, if you're not following me and subscribing here, please do. And if you're subscribing here, subscribe to my other social media like Twitter and Instagram at DutyRon. Periscope is at DutyRon, and also Snapchat DutyRon52, and here. Ed, we are still having the pool party, but I ran into a little snafu with permits from the county, so it may be a little delayed. I'm hoping that the whole thing doesn't get scrapped, but I have variance issues that I have to work out, and I'm in the process of doing that now. So I used to live in Throgs Neck. I sure miss my Orecchio provolone cheese. Oh, Winky. You can't get it in Arizona. The water is just kills everything down there. I'm in a small town. I'd be scared. I'd want an escort. I need. You got it, Vicky. I don't throw empty gestures out. So if you come here, give me a 2-month or so heads up, and I will escort you around, and you'll be safe. I'll send you to the right places. You are invited to the pool party. You can come as long as you wear your bikini. You have to wear a bikini if you come to my pool party. Meg, that goes for you. Anybody else can wear a one-piece with a shawl or with whatever they want on. So I am not a jagaloon. I am not a jagaloon. Ron, how many disappear in parks and forests? Not a lot around here. Not many people disappear around here. Our parks and our forests are very well patrolled. There's a lot of police. New York City Police Department, again, 40,000 members. That's just in the city. That's 40,000 cops in the city. You come out to the counties. Nassau County has 3,200 cops. Suffolk County has about 2,000. There's all small private police departments. The New York metropolitan area and upstate New York with the state police and all the different sheriffs, there's so many police and so much law enforcement in the state of New York, it's not even funny. So there's not a lot of things that you would think that go on, like the stories that you might have heard about people going missing or being dumped in the parks or whatever. That shit doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's just a fallacy. It's an old wives' tale. Any thoughts on the missing teen I inquired to you? I haven't looked into it, Kathy. Seriously, I still have it on my DM. Taken with this, and I mean, just Sunday I had part of this sliced off. I had this done on Friday. I really haven't even had time to do my own business stuff. So you gotta just give me a little time on that. But I will look into it and I'll let you know what I think about that, I promise. I know it's been a month. I got a lot going on. In addition to this, my wife's been really sick. I know you just came onto the scene, but my wife's been really sick for the whole month of November and December, and we finally figured out her ailments that were going on. So, yeah, you know, the psychic, I mean, there's plenty of them out there. There's plenty of people out there that do that stuff, but I don't really, not that I don't believe in them, I just don't utilize that stuff, you know. But I know you did send me information about it, but I really haven't had a chance to look into it. Thank you, Kathy, I appreciate that. So anyways, so that's the story, guys. 15 people in the chat. Give it the thumbs up. It helps out with the algorithms and stuff like that. But I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for that, Winky. Thank you. I think that's a good idea. You think your house is so clean? You think it's clean? I think I got a little bit of cleaning up to do, but not much. I don't feel interviewed. Not me. No, I don't. Trust me, I've testified on many grand juries. I've thousands of grand juries, tons of trials. I've been cross-examined, and I mean, this is nothing. This is nothing, guys. Hit the like button and subscribe to Duty Run. Thank you, Winky. You guys are so sweet with that. I appreciate that. I got to figure out a way how I could put that link up there, like Oni does it through his OBS. I know that there's a text box where you could put in your pre-typed out text. So I'm going to have to try to sometime tonight figure that out. You're welcome, Vicky. My pleasure. My pleasure. So appreciate the thumbs up, and So, I got a lot of work to do with this Streamlabs OBS to try to figure out how to optimize it and make it work good. But I'm very happy with the initial broadcast and the quality of it. I think we covered a lot of ground here today, and I am very used to it. Exactly, Trevor. Nothing really shakes my tree up. You know, I get a lot of people asking me different things, and you know, we're all just human beings. So my opinion, you might not even like my opinion that I give you, but it will be mine. But don't take it personally, and don't take. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat something and just blow smoke up someone's ass just to let them hear what they want to hear. If I feel like it's going in the wrong direction, or if there's I'm going to give it to you straightforward. That's the best way I could put it. Without going into a bunch of stuff and details, I'm going to give you Shaking Up the Tree, Ron's Shakespeare, the Tree. I can't post it, not a wrench. I can't post it. It's not, what? So, low battery situation, guys. Any professional live streamer is going to have portable backup power, even if you're home or on the road. I'm just plug this into portable power. Okay. There's flooding everywhere in San Diego. Yikes. She needs a wrench to post Black Rose. Okay. Let me give Black Rose. Oh yeah. So by a show of hands, who likes the whole wrench thing? I mean, out of the people who have come in from Oni, who wants to be wrenched up? If you guys want to be wrenched up, just let me know, and I will wrench you up. Just let me know. Guess what? When I'm using OBS, I can't do the wrench. Fuck. Why is that? You guys are gonna, I was just gonna do it. I went to go do it on my, Android, and it won't let me. Black Rose. I can't do it. On my Android, I can't make Black Rose a moderator. I can only do it from my iPhone. Okay, I'm only going to the gym and doctor today. Are you leaving? Okay, Julie wants it. I know Black Rose wants it. What's the benefit of the wrench? You can moderate. If there's a comment when I'm not watching, you can mute the comment, or you can block the person, I think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So the wrench gives you moderation. You have it, I think, Ed. I think. Let me see. Oh, Ed, you don't have it. So I can't do it from my Android. I'm gonna have to make Ed. I don't know why he doesn't have it. Okay, talk to you soon, Matt. Thanks for coming in. So at the end of this broadcast, I'll fix it up. I'll fix it up. Scrolls for trolls. There you go. There's been a lot of problems lately with wrenches. Only had to give mine back yesterday. Like, I don't want to have a ton of people with it, because from what I saw in Oni's thing is people with the wrenches were moderating other people who were taking away wrenches from people. So from what I understood from listening shortly to Oni's is that some of the people with wrenches were using their power to make changes. And I want to say this right now, for those of you here and those of you watching, if I come and find out that anybody did that or does that, they'll be not only removed from the wrench squad, they'll probably be blocked by me to be on my channel. Because if I trust you to do that moderation, I want you to just moderate comments that are directed at me. And if there's a nasty comment amongst people in the chat, let me make the decision on what it is. And if I missed it and it's really that bad, then I'd want it to be muted or blocked. But I don't want people to overstep their bounds, because it's ultimately up to the broadcaster to make the real big decisions on who gets blocked, especially if it's a subscriber. So I don't want to see that go on. And I think when you have too many chiefs running the show, then that's when things get a little bit out of control. So I'm going to try to make a command decision to just have a certain group of people who I can trust, that I know. And it's not necessarily saying because you don't have the wrench means I don't trust you. It's just that I can't have too many people doing it. And I hope that each and every one of you can be adults and understand that not everybody can have that. You know, maybe other people will just give it to everybody. But I just wanted to see who would be, exactly, Denise. I just want to see who would be willing to volunteer for that. Because, like, just say for an example, I have a broadcast where some of my wrench people, some of my moderators, I don't even like to say wrench, some of the moderators are not available and they're not there. I then want to be able to add people on the fly, and maybe add them and then take them away, you know? So, so for me, I think that too much moderation is not good. But I think the right amount of moderation, and people who have people who have the authority to do the moderating need to know what the ground rules are of the person who's, this is my broadcast, right? So if I give you that wrench without talking to you or without telling you what my rules are, then it's a free-for-all. So I'm going to want to have conversations with each person, either on a broadcast or on a private message, like, hey, look, this is the kind of stuff that I don't tolerate, and this is the kind of stuff that I might let go. I also have code words that I use with the people who do moderation for me on Periscope, and it could be as simple as a word or a number or whatever. And I do that as well with them, so they know if they hear that specific word or code that they are to do to moderate. So yes, so we'll work that out. I just don't like to just throw that stuff out there, because you can't have a shit show going on, and that's for the benefit of everybody that's here. You know what I mean? It's for the benefit that for everybody here. Just have enough to cover what you know, so I don't want over moderation. I don't want a ton of people, like it's a mob of people, but I like to have it when people know what the do's and don'ts are. Like if there's ground rules and everybody understands it, then it's not a free-for-all. But I definitely, once, like when I heard what was going on Oni's with people removing other people's wrenches and all that shit, that's not anybody's right to do that. The only person that should be giving or removing is the broadcaster. And that's it. No person who has the wrench or moderation rights should make decisions for the person. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to anybody. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, you have to have ground rules. So you have to have ground rules for this kind of stuff. Otherwise, it becomes a free-for-all, and you don't want that. You know. And you can do it with a phone, right? I can add with my iPhone, but I'm using this OBS for the first time, so when I went to go do it, I can't even click on, like I used to be able to click on the names in the Straight Out YouTube program. With the Straight Out YouTube user interface, I could add it on the fly. I could have just clicked on your name and added the moderation wrench, but on here I can't do it, you know? I just want to read his bio. Yeah, I sent it to you. I'll send you it again on, I'll send it to you on the direct message again. Anyways, all right, 2 o'clock is here. I'm going to go. I'm going to go, guys. I'm going to go and get my day started. So blessings to each and every one of you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being a friend. I respect your time just as you respect mine. So thank you for taking out the time to hang out with me here on the Duty Ron channel. Again, I'm a retired NYPD detective, 20 plus years of service in the largest police department in the world. Subscribe to my channel for more adventures to come. A lot of Q&As, a lot of informative stuff. We listen to live police calls once a week. So I do a broadcast where we listen to some live police calls. We break them down. It's a lot of fun. We have good banter back and forth. So everybody, thank you for coming in. Peace and love. Promote my channel and help me out. I greatly appreciate that. And thank you to each and every one of you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace and love. Now I got to figure out how to end this. Now I got to figure out how to end it. Let's see what happens if I zoom in on the thing here. Excellent. Midwesterners are having lunch. We're having lunch. Let's see if the quality stays good. That stays pretty good, I gotta say. All right, let me figure out how to end this broadcast now. I don't even know how to end it. Hi, Bernadette. Yeah, I'm on my way out the door. I'm on my way out the door. I got to figure out how to end this. What do I hit? Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Thank you, Bernadette, for coming in. I think I figured it out, guys. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to end it. Okay, how do I end this? Let's see. I think I got it, guys. All right, peace and love. I figured it out. It says finish event. I have to, it's not sign off, it's finish event. I had to hit a button, then hit another button. So here we go.